So what I'd like to do in this video is not only give you a list, yes, an actual list of specific good dropshipping companies you can use. I want to go over the 6 elements that make up the perfect dropshipping company. And the reason this is so important is because some people that are just getting into the space, they start using a dropshipping company they think is good. They actually might start making sales, but they run into one or even multiple issues that you're going to learn in this video down the road, and all these things could be prevented. You could actually lose thousands of dollars and waste hundreds of hours if you don't understand these 6 things. So with that said, let's go ahead and get right to it. So element number 1, the dropshipping company needs to have a variety of items. So we're not building like a Shopify store here where it's going to be a niche Shopify store and we're just going to sell workout equipment, all right? When we're dropshipping, and this applies to any platform, of course, I'm biased to Facebook Marketplace, but if it applies to any, this applies really to any platform, we're not trying to build a niche store. That's not what we do in this business. We want to be listing items that are going to sell well on that platform, and there's a variety of different items. So it's not like we're just going to list workout equipment or dumbbells or, protein shaker things. We want to be listing a variety of items. It could be workout equipment, it could be furniture for the house, it could be stuff for the garden outside, it could be tools for dad's shed, right? It could be lawnmowers, whatever it is. We want to be listing a variety of items. So element number 1 is you want to find a dropshipping company that has multiple, that's not one category or one niche, it's got multiple different ones. Now, if you find a good dropshipping company that does just kind of sell one niche of items, right? Maybe they just sell tools and that's their thing. That's fine. Use them, but also find other dropshipping companies to use. So don't just list items from them because you want to be listing a variety of items and niches. Number 2, it's got to have fast shipping times. So we want to be getting items to our customers in 7 to 10 days max. Ideally, 3 to 7 business days is ideal. That's kind of, some dropshipping companies actually require that, or they don't require it, but it's kind of strongly suggested. And if you're selling in the United States, that's kind of generally what's accepted. So even though that item you found on AliExpress is cheaper than anywhere else, when you see that it's got a 30 to 50 day delivery time, that's not an item people want to buy. Or that's not an item you want to list. And even if you tell people about it, you can still run into issues. For example, this one guy, he started listing on Facebook Marketplace, and he said in his description, the delivery time is going to be 30 to 50 days. So he kind of set the expectation up front. However, he had people that were buying the item, and then they started doing claims, and they opened up cases, and they actually got his Facebook Marketplace account suspended. Not because he was dropshipping, just because he didn't understand this one rule. And he was a little bit upset because he said in his description, it's a long delivery time. And he even told the customers when they bought it, hey, it's going to take, a month and a half to get to you. But none of that mattered because in the United States, kind of the generally accepted delivery time is, 3 to 7 business days. Especially with Amazon Prime, people are used to getting items in 1 to 2 days. People still understand that, if it's not Amazon Prime, it might be 3, 5-ish. It could be a week and a half delivery time. But like 2 weeks, that's getting too long. If it's 4, 5, 6 weeks, that's too long. And even if you say it up front, that's just not really what's accepted in the shipping time frame that's socially acceptable and accepted widely in the United States. So element number 2 is it's got to have fast shipping times. Element number 3, free returns. You got to have free returns. You need to make sure that the drop shipping company you use, if the customer wants to return it, they're going to take the return back for free. So that means that, because there's some dropshipping companies out there where they'll say, okay, we'll take the item back if you want to return it, but you got to pay for return shipping. And especially if you're selling more of a heavy item or an item where like UPS or FedEx might have to come to the customer's house with the truck to pick up the item, that might cost you $30, $40, $50. So the last thing you want to be doing is start selling a bunch of items that seem good from the drop shipping company, and you start making money, but then you start getting all these returns. You have to pay for the returns, and maybe you were planning to make $1,000 in profit that month, but after all the returns, you only ended up making $600 because you had to spend $400 on returns. So make sure that the shipping company or the drop shipping company you use will pay in full for the item to get shipped back to you. And this goes into the next element, which is long return windows. Some companies have a metric where it's like they'll take the item back and they'll pay for the item to get shipped back, but you can only return it within 7 days of the item arriving to your house or the customer's house. And this can be an issue, especially if you're selling on Facebook Shops now, where the minimum return window is 30 days. So the customer gets the item, they have it for 2 weeks, and they send you a message 2 weeks after they get it. Hey, this item's great. We were going to remodel the living room, and we were going to use it for the living room. We actually don't need it anymore. We want to send it back to you. We want to do a return. So they set up a return with you. Well, you contact your dropshipping company. You say, I want to return this item, and I want you to pay for it because you guys say you'll pay for it. And the dropshipping company says, well, we do offer free returns, but only if it's within 7 days of the item getting delivered. It's been 14 days now, so we don't have to honor this anymore. We don't have to take this item back. Now, what do you have to do? Maybe you got to pay. You have to have the item returned. Maybe you got to pay for the item to get it shipped back to your house. You're going to try to sell the item on Craigslist for half of what you paid for it. You're wasting time. You're losing money. You want to avoid that. Make sure the dropshipping companies you use have long return windows, 30 days minimum. The final thing about the returns, and this is number 5, is no restocking fee. Sometimes the company will have a long return window. Sometimes the company will even pay for the item to get shipped back to them, but then they charge you a 25% restocking fee or a 40% restocking fee. So the item was $100 and they only refund you $60 because they got a 40% restocking fee. You need to make sure before you start with a drop shipping company that not only do they have a variety of items, or you use a company that has a bunch of different drop shipping companies, they need to have fast shipping times, they need to have free returns, long return windows, and no restocking fees. These are kind of the 3 things that get a lot of drop shippers. Finally, you need to make sure you can order many items without issues. Some drop shipping companies, you can only order one of the item every week. So maybe you're selling a pot and pan set. Well, maybe you can only order one of that item every week. Or some drop shipping companies, they have rules in place where it's like, they say they're a drop shipping company, but they don't really necessarily like it. So they'll have rules where it's like, if you start drop shipping more than 2 to 3 items from them in a day, they'll start canceling orders. Or you have to call in and you have to verify with every single order that you placed the order and you authorized it. So you want to avoid all those things. And the way you avoid that is you talk to your dropshipping company before you start with them, call up their customer service, or if they have a chat, and just say, is there any restrictions from ordering items from you? Can I place as many orders, and is there going to be any issues? Can I place these orders on your website and they're going to go through, or do I have to call in? And can I order many items at once, or do you have a thing where I can only order one pot and pan set every month, or once a week, or every 5 days, or something like that? But if you talk to them and they say, yep, you can order as many products as possible, as many items as you want, there's no restrictions, you can just place them on our website, you verify all the return details we talked about, they have fast shipping times, and they have a variety of items, you're good to go. They're a good drop shipping company, and start using them to make your money. Hopefully you guys got value. If you like this video, you can subscribe, you can like the video, and the list of good drop shipping companies I'll put in the comments below. Make sure that each of the dropshipping companies you use meets these criteria, because sometimes they change it. But the list of dropshipping companies I have below, I vetted myself. They're good, and it'll help you kind of jumpstart this learning curve. And there are great dropshipping companies that meet each of the 6 elements we talked about in the list that's underneath this video.